Drop the taco and get in the car. We're going to C2E2 2020. I'll get in the car, but there's no way I'm dropping the taco. It's my taco, I paid for it, and it's coming with me one way or another. You don't waste food. I don't eat tacos all that much anyway. I do. Lately, I have been having I had the street tacos that they have at Buffalo Wild Wings, and today for my free lunch I had they have the new brisket tacos. Those weren't bad. But anyhow, this whole current situation that we're in is getting to me. But I'm going to try and focus on this right now. Just look at how beautiful the scenery in that walkway is. I'm just so glad that I started parking in the inside garage, and I'm going and I always record my grand entrance, and I just found out about this walkway last year because I've always been going in the other entrance, what I call the front entrance. This is more like a side entrance, but you could just see the beautiful Chicago skyline. Not so much that way. There's not that much that way. All the good stuff is over on the right side. Willis Tower and whatever those other buildings are. It was a time I wasn't like this. I'm still introverted. I still struggle with it, but I'm a lot better now than what I used to be. People used to get mad at me for always wanting to be by myself and keeping to myself. And then, with the Lord's help, I got better. And I actually do. It actually helps me. Going out, going to places, going to C2E2, and going to Wizard World. Because I get out. I don't stay cooped up in my own little world. No matter how much I may want to, I've got to get out of myself. And sometimes I don't have a choice. You know, I'm kind of stuck there, but I do get out, and I do meet people, and I do interact with them. And it does help me. It really and truly does. I don't have a bag of holding. I wouldn't mind having it, though. They used to have I always said that whenever I retire my current bag, I was going to get the bag of holding that ThinkGeek has. I actually did find one year, and I kind of compared it to my current bag. I don't know, it had a lot more pockets and spaces in it, so maybe they just wanted you to think it had more space. I don't know. I still would have gotten it. But then they got bought out by GameStop, and they don't seem to be very interested in bringing it back. Wish they did, though. I wonder how they get him past the metal detector. How do they get their remote control droids past the metal detector? I did go to Disney, and I made myself a little R2 unit. I always thought that if and when I ever did go back, and if they still had it, Hey, there's Joel. If and when I went back and they still had it, and they've kind of changed things around a little bit. Now they have those ultra expensive R2 units that you can make. They're not action figures, but they're remote controlled, and they're like at least $100. Way more expensive than what the little Build-A-Droid thing was. I always thought I'd like to make C2E2 and make him in the colors of the C2E2 logo, the red, the white, and the black. Because they have all these different heads and bodies and legs and different colors, and I always like that, being able to mix and match, come up with different combinations. Take all the red parts and the black parts and the white parts and figure out which ones to make C2E2 with. I read somewhere that they actually do have C2 droids. They got R2 and R5 and B, whatever his name is, the beach ball guy, whatever type he is. And I did read somewhere that they have C2 droids, but I'd have to get a look at them. So much has changed. But no matter how much things change, I always look for things. I look for the things that I can take an interest in. Because I struggle a lot with that, getting interested in things, and so I kind of cleave to the stuff that I do enjoy, take pleasure in, and I build routines around. And I admit it, going to C2E2 is one of them. There's been a couple times when I haven't been able to go, but I do go whenever I can and am able to. And it's a good thing for me. It really is. Sven had another anniversary panel hosted by the guy who did the same one last year, the guy, his podcast. I got there early, and I got myself a nice seat up front where I had a good clear view, and I had my camera and I was ready to record it, Then they had this huge big screen off in the right-hand corner of the hall where they were having the panel, and they were flashing scenes from the con and past conventions and telling us, little messages reminding us to be considerate and courteous and don't sexually harass anyone. And then it flashed a message that said, be considerate, don't use flash photography or record the panels. Since they asked me not to, I didn't. I would have gladly done it. I recorded the last panel he had without any, and posted it. You can find it. Posted it without any repercussions. Nobody told me not to. Nobody had it taken down or anything. I did record the interview he did with Sci-Fi, but I didn't post it because they were already recording it. Nobody saw me. Nobody told me not to record it. Nobody told me to stop, but I didn't post it because they did a whole heck of a lot better job of it than I did. I mean, they should. I mean, they're the professionals. I mean, they had the professional cameras and sound equipment there, and I'm just there with my rinky-dink little camera. But anyway, I didn't record it. And actually, I did look up, when I went to get Sven's autograph, I asked him where we could find this, the podcast that this was for. And he gave me the name of the guy, and I said I would have recorded it, but they asked me not to. And he's like, Sven was sympathetic. He said, I know. Did find it with much better sound quality than I would have had, and somebody else was recording. They were officially recording it. Their video quality was a lot better than mine would have been. So any of you folks out there that are more technologically savvy than I am, you should be able to sync up the better quality video with the better quality audio. I'll post the links to them. You could find them and sync them up and make it look a whole lot better than I certainly could have. But it's always good to hear Sven talk about, what it was like back when he got started at WFLD, originally working with Jerry G. Bishop, the original Svengoolie, and how Bishop handed the keys over to him and he became the son of Svengoolie on Channel 32, and how he was there, and then he hosted the Co's Zone for a while. Now he's back on MeTV, and we love him for it. They keep moving it up earlier each year. Last year it was in March. This year it was at the end of February. I guess they want to keep it as far away from Wizard World as possible so they're not in the competition with them, or people don't get mixed up and go to the wrong one. I got my federal tax income quicker than I was expecting, which is always good. It can't come any soon enough for me. But I was able to get an advance, and I took care of some business before I came up here. I'd like to think I am responsible. I needed new tires for the truck, and I got those first. I was good to go up there, and I didn't have to worry about any problems on the way up. My friend Jenny McHugh and her husband Adam were there. I can't remember who she was dressed as, but he was like this Jedi plague doctor character, which is cool. I forgot to get a picture with them. I should have gotten a picture with them, and I didn't. I'm really sorry about that. She told me not to worry about it, though.